So now I go off to college, and I'm 18 years old, and I'm an adult. Still, no interaction with women. Still uncomfortable dealing with women. And I applied to a bunch of colleges around the country. And I was accepted to a few. I really wanted to go to the University of Louisville. I had gone there for a CYO convention. Catholic, I was raised Catholic, and I was in the CYO, and I liked the city, at least what I saw from the city. And I told my dad that I think I was going to go to Louisville, and he had said, I don't think that would be a good move for you. I didn't realize at the time that that was probably my dad protecting me, because I'm guessing that he was questioning who I was at that time, being that I'm 18. I've never dated any girls. I hadn't gone to my proms. And he was probably guessing that I was gay. And going to Louisville, Kentucky in 1990 probably would have horrified him, knowing the way I acted and the way I was. So I wound up going to college in Boston. I signed up for Radio Practicum, which was a radio course. The people in charge of the radio station, the program director, was a woman. And I remember she had called the radio station. They called the house. She had called my house. She wanted me to fill in a shift, an air shift. So she had, left a message with my dad, and my dad was all excited that a woman called for his son. So he's like, yeah, he goes, this girl called. And I'm like, she's calling because she wants me to fill a shift. She's not calling to date me, and I'm not dating her. And after that, I think he probably really thought I was gay. And then right around 1992, I started to become friends with a girl. And I would hang out with her while she did her show, and she would hang out with me while I did my show. And it was the first close relationship I had with a girl. And we hung out all the time. We partied together. We had dinner together. We did everything except hold hands, kiss, or have sex. Everything. We did everything else together. I graduate college, and I'm working in Worcester. And I go on a date with a girl. My first date. This is 1995. So I was 23, my first date with a girl. So I had no idea what to do. So what did I do? I got drunk. Absolutely wasted. And obviously the date didn't go so well. And we didn't hook up. We didn't, I think we might have kissed and that's it. But it was at that point, I thought in order for me to talk to girls or hang out with girls, I had to be really, really, really drunk. I couldn't do it sober. And by 1996, I'd become a pretty big person on the radio. and I had moved to Burlington, Vermont, and I'm the man. But I'm on mic and I'm on the stage. I'm the dude. I'm like in control. I got you. Off, I'm a disaster. I can't look you in the eye. I can't talk. I'm like scared. I met a listener in 1997, and we would talk, and we had great conversations, and we became friends. And then she was a UVM, University of Vermont student, so I went by her dorm. I brought a bunch of beers, a 6-pack, and we drank some beers together, and we had fun, and there was no sexual stuff, no kissing, nothing. And I came home and I told my roommate at the time, I said, yeah, I was hanging out with this girl. I think she really likes me. He goes, oh, you guys made out and hooked up? And I said, no. He's like, okay. And then she came over to the house and made me dinner. It was 24, I was turning 25. So we got into a relationship, and it was a rocky relationship. And we moved in together with 8 roommates. 1 was gay, and 2 were lesbian. This was the first time I really hung out with and knew people that were lesbian and gay and lived with them. And I was really learning about myself. And this was the first time in my life that I actually had a discussion with somebody about possibly not being straight. And I think it freaked out my girlfriend at the time. I don't think she knew how to handle it. And she was trying to figure out what I was. I was trying to figure out what I was. We had sex. This was the first time I had had sex. It was 1997. We didn't have sex often, but we had it. Eventually, we just stopped having sex. And then we broke up. But she still lived with me, and we still slept in the same bed. I really started to identify as somebody who wasn't straight. And then I leave Burlington, Vermont, and I moved to Florida. I started making out with every woman I could find when I was there. I never had sex with one of them. I met a lot of gay men because the straight community and the gay community are parallel. I would say that half of the radio station I worked at was gay and half was straight, and nobody really cared. I would host my night from 10 to 2, and then at 2 a.m. I would go to the gay clubs. And there was a bunch of male strippers, and they were dancing on the bar, and I'm just like looking like, this is I'd never seen anything like this. And people would ask what I am. Are you straight? Are you gay? What are you? And I would always say, just don't put labels on it. And that works in South Florida. But I learned that doesn't work elsewhere because drama happened when I left Florida.